Hi, Susie. Welcome back on the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Well, we're here to talk about your new album and single, Freedom, they're both called. We'll start off with the single. It's just come out. What can you tell us about that?
Um, it's a kind of the whole album is on that theme. It's a coming of age. It's being comfortable in your skin. It's having nothing left to prove. It's putting your fist up in the air, you know, and riding down the road. It's called Freedom. And it sounds like freedom. The song and the picture and the title, they all mean freedom. And it's a very important word for this world today too. Not just personally, but for this world today. Freedom. The most important thing you can have.
I've been screaming in the dark. I've been trying to get ready. I got my engine in park, and it's a revving steady. I've been edging up the door like a spider crawling, treading across the floor. We can hear it calling. Oh, it sounds so good to me. It sounds like freedom. It sounds like freedom. It sounds like freedom, and it feels so good to me.
When you went into writing the song and the album, did you want that message to come across, or did it just come subconsciously?
Um, Everything kind of headed that way subconsciously. I guess it's a coming of age album. It's me going full circle. The whole album is a very rock and roll album. It's all about being who you are and accepting no substitute and taking no BS from anybody. It's all about just being who you are. Freedom. I can't say it any better than that.
So when did the album start to come about? When did you start writing it and recording it?
Let me see. It's 25, 24, probably late 23, turning into 24. We started to assemble songs and it started to take on a flavor. It did. It just, where I was heading, where my son was heading with me. Um, Very personal album, this one. Very personal.
Do you think it's your most personal you've ever done?
Yeah, because it's full circle. So it's me, basically my gloves are off.
What's it like having, like you say, coming full circle after all these years? What's that feeling like?
It feels like freedom.
Like you mentioned there, you've had it a few years. Um, do you sit down and write an album, or are you constantly writing and then an album comes out of it?
No, I do write all the time, but when you know that you're now working on the next album, then you start to, God, there's a lot of songs didn't make it on the album. We started on one track and then we were going, no, wait a minute, no, wait a minute. And they had to be organic on this one. So there was some that didn't make the cut. They'll be for another album, but this took on its own flavor. It did.
Is this your favourite song from the album, then Freedom, or have you got another favourite?
This is in your face one that you just can't help it. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah,
As soon as you hear it, you're in there. You're there.
yeah.
I love what Woman's Song says. It's quite a dangerous lyric. I love Little Miss Lovely, which is going to be the next single. I love Here's Your Boots. I like that one. And I love the duet I did with Alice, Kick Out the Jams. That's just fab. I really, really like the whole album. It's an important album.
Well, you mentioned Alice Cooper there. How did the duet come about with him?
Well, I've known him since I've been 15, so we've been friends a very long time, close friends. And my son kept saying, let's do this track. Let's do Kick Out the Jams. And I was a little bit reluctant. I don't know why. I love the song, love the band. And then he said, Mom, kick out the jams with Alice. And then I said, now you're talking. Now it makes sense. Two friends from Detroit honoring a band from Detroit with their own composition. As soon as we came up with the idea, I got a hold of Alice, and 5 minutes later, it seemed we were in Detroit making the track.
One of your first ever tours supporting Alice Cooper?
Uh, I did one tour with him in 75, the Welcome to My Nightmare tour.
What was that like?
Welcome to My Nightmare. It was 85 shows.
Jesus.
Yeah, you don't want to know. But it was It was great. It was a lot of people from Detroit there. So it was Old Homes Week, and I watched him fall in love with his wife on that tour, and there were some special moments on that tour. Very special.
Well, speaking of touring, you're actually touring this album. Does that start in April?
Yes, it starts in April, and I'll read them for you, and then my job is done. 7th Glasgow, 8th Gateshead, 9th Manchester, 11th Watford, 12th Oxford, 14th Southend, 15th London Palladium, my fourth time there, great gig. 17th Bath, 19th Birmingham, and 20th Bournemouth.
Nice, nice. So, is that like one of your favourite parts of your job, playing live?
It's so hard to pick what's your favorite, but I was born to entertain. So this is just in my bloodstream. It's in my DNA. So that's my stage is my natural habitat.
Yeah. What is it like touring these days? Then, what do you still enjoy it going out on the road and stuff?
I love gigging. Yeah. I've never liked the traveling, even when I was 25. I'm 75 now, but I'm doing my dream show since about 2015, and I won't do any other kind of show unless it's a big festival and there's other acts on. 2 hour show with a 50-minute interval. I get to play the piano, I get to play the drums, I do a 6 minute bass solo. You get music from 73 to 2026, and that's not bad going.
No, like not at all. I was going to ask you that. Like, you wouldn't have to write another album. Like, if you wanted to go on the road, you could just play classic songs. But is it important to you to keep it fresh and have these new songs?
1,000,000%. If I'm constantly inspired, then I'm going to put it down in paper, either in a poem or a book. Absolutely. I'm not done yet.
That's good to hear. And how have you kept like so relevant as well in the music business? Because people sort of fade out after, like you say, 73 to 2026. It's a long time.
Uh, just keeping it fresh, keeping it real. My dad always said there's only two kind of music, good and bad. But I'm making good stuff, and it is relevant, and it is of today. It's just by staying true to yourself. This is how you keep current, and always have your ear out and hear what's going on. Always keep aware of all that. Don't closet yourself in. And I don't make barriers for myself. I don't make boxes. Whatever I write, I write. Whatever my son and I write together, we write. I don't try to put it into a category.
You mentioned working with your son. What's that like, working with a family member on an album? I know it's the third album you've done with your son, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's also the way I began. I was in a band with my sisters. I played with my dad when I was 7. So family is very, very natural to me to play with family. My ex-husband, Richard's dad, was my guitar player, L.R. Tucky Jr. Um, I think Richard had to make an adjustment when we first started working together. He was blurring the lines between Suzi Quatro and Mum. And I said, you don't need to do that. I said, it's just when I'm working, I'm Suzi Quatro. When I'm not, I'm Mum. Real easy. But we've got that totally sorted out. Now he's got his confidence level is really good up here. You know, he produced the Face to Face album and played guitar on it. So that gave him a lot of confidence. He's got his own band going, so he's doing his own thing. And we have a good way now. We found our way to work together.
Yeah, like you said, thought it's a real full circle album. Like you say, working with a family member again.
It's nice. And like I said, it's all about being comfortable in your skin. That's the theme of this album, being who you are. And accept no substitutes, you know? Be proud. Be loud and proud and be who you are.
Well, that's what you've done all your career. Like you've never been like you say, you're not a gender. Like you never say a woman rock star. You're just a rock star, aren't you?
Yeah. I've never done gender. I can't pretend I have.
But you have, like you say, been yourself, and you've had a successful career, the longevity as well, and you've pushed a lot of barriers down for a lot of other artists as well.
Um, it hadn't been, I accept this accolade, which I didn't know until I saw it on my documentary, that I didn't even know I was doing it. I was the first female musician to have success leading a rock and roll band playing an instrument. Okay. I didn't know I was doing this. I didn't know it was strange. I come from a musical family. You know, when I went to my dad and I said, Dad, me and Nancy and Patty were starting an all-girl band, he said, good. I said, I'm going to play bass. Do you have one? Sure. So how could I know that what I was doing was strange when I never had any comeback from my parents or, so anyway, it is what it is. And I accept now after my documentary, 2019, when I saw all these famous women come on, one after the other, Debbie Harry, Joan Jett, Chrissy Hind, Katie, Lita Ford, Cherie Curry, Kathy Valentine, Tina Weymouth, they all said, squeezed down, we would not have done what we did had Suzi Quatro not done it first. So that was the first time I got it in 2019, watching my documentary. I went, oh, then I was in tears, because I didn't get it, but I got it now. And I will take that accolade and say, thank you. I accept, and I'll take it to my grave.
Yeah, like you say, it's a brilliant story that like all them women being inspired by you, but like you didn't really have. I know you had your sisters in the band and your father helped you, but you didn't have that like inspiration. Not, I know you had Elvis, but I mean, in terms of female, you didn't have somebody who'd already knocked the barriers down for you. So that's your originality that shines through, and that has done that for you.
And I was unique, and I didn't know it, and that's what saved me.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
really, I'm not manufactured, but I had no idea what I was doing, it being me. So that's why I'm still here because I'm real.
Yeah, yeah. That's the right way to put it. You've had a brilliant career. Have you got a favourite or proudest moment? I know you said there.
So many. It's hard to pick out. I think you pick up your first number one. Wow. Your first big concert where everybody's paid to see you, jammed to the rafters. You go, wow. My first TV show, Happy Days, that was brilliant. My first musical, Annie Get Your Gun. My first published book. Oh, it just goes on and on and on. I think one of the most recent ones was last year. I played at the Wacken Festival, which is the biggest outdoor heavy metal festival in the world. I'm not heavy metal, but I was on it and I smashed it. 85,000 people.
Jesus,
Oh.
that is crazy. 85,000 people. Do you ever get nervous?
I don't get nervous, but you are aware at some of the gigs, even though I give 1,000,000% every show. I don't know how to do it any other way. Some of them you really are challenged. So I got 85,000 people there, heavy metal fans. I better hit a home run.
Playing from the 70s to now, like, is that autobiographical for you? Like, those songs that take you back to that time where, I don't know, when you got your first number one, when you play that song, or like these days when you play the new songs from the album?
Well, when I do a little talking section in the show, and I do actually take you through my life with a bit of slides and a bit of story and blah blah blah. So yeah, for me it's a story. Sure, it's a story. It's my story.
Yeah. And have you got a favourite show? I know you mentioned that one last year. Is that your favourite show you've ever played, or is it?
Oh God, not but one of them. Another good one was when I was 50. We played for how many thousands of people? 22,000 people outdoors in Berlin for my 50th birthday. If you're going to turn 50, that's the way to do it.
Exactly. And if you're 75 and still doing it.
Absolutely.
So, when is the album out?
March the 27th. Freedom is out now, the single. Then comes Little Miss Lovely from the album. And we're waiting to see what we're going to put out third. So we'll see. There's that duet with Alice on it. So we'll see.
Is it been a lot different as well, obviously, from your first album to this album, like how it's written and recorded and things like that? Because it's a long time in it.
Yeah, no, it's kind of come full circle. Because I used to write with Richard's dad. He was in my band, my ex-husband, guitar player. And now I'm writing with his son all these years later. No, it kind of felt real coming back home with this album, just organically writing songs and saying what you wanted to say with no edit machine.
Is it? Well, it is a brilliant career that you've had. How do you want to be remembered when it's all done?
As a communicator, as a creator, and as an entertainer, and somebody that left a lot of pleasure and wise words in this world.
The single is brilliant, Frida. I look forward to the full album. And good luck with the tour and the release of the album.
The album is out March 27th.
Yeah, I'll leave a link as well for that.
Okay, great. Okay.
Is there anything else you want to touch on before we finish?
No, I think we've covered it. We're fine.
Yeah, thank you for that, Suzi. I really appreciate it.
Okay, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.